Today, I'm going to talk about what is asthma. Now, I am not a healthcare professional, but I am an athlete that has had asthma his entire life. Yes, since birth. In 1990, when I was born, my parents were told that I had asthma. So today, I'm going to tell you what is asthma, the definition from someone who has asthma, not the textbook definition, not the definition on Wikipedia, not the definition your healthcare provider is telling you, but what I have dealt with every single day of my life. But first, I have a free gift for you. And I created this to help anyone out there who has a goal in mind that they want to achieve, that things like asthma or other challenges have got in the way. And specifically, it encapsulates my story of how in 90 days, I was able to lose 2 pounds a week, and I went from 190 pounds to 165 pounds. And guess what? I have asthma. Yeah, I have asthma. So I was able to do it. I was able to lose the 25 pounds. And in this guide, link below, I go step by step what I did on a weekly basis to lose the weight. Now, can I guarantee you're gonna lose 2 pounds a week? No, but what I can do is give you very didactic, practical ways that you can make changes in your life as an athlete that are gonna help your health and wellness, no matter if you have asthma or you have some other challenge in your life, you're gonna be able to do it. So grab that free gift that I have, link right below. Amazing, very, very didactic guide. So what is asthma? Well, in my opinion, right, and this is an opinion-based video, because I do have asthma, okay? I have the inhaler, it's in the other room. If I need it, I can go grab it, take a couple puffs, drink some water, do that big inhale. Another puff, drink water, I'm good to go. So what is asthma? Here's what I have experienced. It is a weakness in your lungs. Okay. Now, what this means is, at least for me, it almost feels like when you're having a panic attack or an anxiety attack. It becomes harder to breathe, okay? Your lungs really start to take in less oxygen, okay? Now, where this manifests sometimes, or like for me, I tend to have a lot of mucus. And the mucus can really start building up. So weakness in lungs, abnormal amount of mucus. Now, mucus, hopefully that's how you spell mucus. But it's really the combination of these two things. And it can be set off in a bunch of different ways. For me, growing up, 10, 11, 12, it was set off with exercise. Some people may call this exercise-induced asthma. Okay, so pretty simple. If you have asthma or if you have trouble breathing, pretty significant trouble breathing when you exercise, then you have what is called exercise-induced asthma. Now, there's all sorts of different types of asthma, but really what you need to know is that if you feel some weakness in your lungs, you have some abnormal amounts of mucus, and this is elevated while you're doing certain activities like exercise, or like for me in my later years, I'm not very old, but I'm in my 30s. In my later years, really my asthma only hits me when I'm sick. So you could say I have illness induced asthma. This is why we all had to be really careful with COVID, right? We have to be careful with COVID. That's why we have to be careful with the flu. That's why we have to be careful when we get sick. For me, since I've worked extremely hard on strengthening my lungs, getting rid of that weakness over the years through walking, turning into hiking, turning into running, turning into trail running, turning into 5Ks, 10Ks, half marathons, now 50Ks, and my first 50 miler. This has been a slow build, strengthening my lungs. Really, asthma only gets me now when I'm sick. But it gets me hard, right? I, to this day, need my inhaler when I'm sick. Or at least I feel like I do. And that sucks. You know, now I do get instant relief, which is amazing. And growing up, I'd use a nebulizer, which really breaks up the mucus. But really, that's why you have to be really careful with asthma, because your lungs are weaker. Now you can strengthen them, and you can do that really by increasing your cardiovascular, right? Increasing your anaerobic capacity. And how you do this could be as simple as taking a walk, a short run, whatever you can do to really start feeling like, okay, maybe I'm gonna have an asthma attack, but you're not actually getting there. And that's why you gotta be really, really careful, and you always have to have your inhaler around. But this is what I've experienced. Weakness in the lungs, you can build up and strengthen your lungs though, and then abnormal amounts of mucus. Now you can actually decrease the amount of mucus that you experience, that post-nasal drip, by being really careful with different foods you're eating. There's different things that will compound mucus. So are you gonna get rid of all of it? If you have asthma, probably not, but you can decrease it. Like for me, my asthma also gets worse where I eat different foods. So I have allergy induced asthma, specifically dairy. Dairy crushes me. So if I go and I get that ice cream, I might be fine if I only do that like once every couple weeks. But if I'm getting ice cream, and then I love Dubliner cheese, okay? I also love goat cheese. Goat cheese doesn't mess with me. But if I had ice cream, then I'm gonna have some cheese, I'm gonna have some dairy-based yogurt. If I do all this like back to back to back, I may start feeling my asthma flare up, because guess what? I have compounded the amount of mucus. And when I have had an asthma attack over the years, I start wheezing, okay? Because the mucus starts building up. And since I have weaker lungs, the mucus really starts affecting the lungs. And why asthma attacks are so dangerous is because you're taking in less oxygen, okay? You need oxygen to live. So that's why it's so important to have a way to get out of that asthma attack. And that's why inhalers are so important. That's why nebulizers are so important when you're sick, or you may need them when you're not sick. That's why you have to be so careful. But what you can do when you have asthma is you can strengthen your lungs, and you can decrease the amount of mucus. Talk about that a lot on this channel. There is hope. You can do it. I have faith in you. I have a free guide for you below that's gonna tell you how I lost 25 pounds in 3 months. I have asthma. I was able to do it. That's one thing people think, is like, as I get older, how the heck am I gonna lose weight? How am I gonna maintain weight if I have asthma? It is possible. You can do it. There is a way. Thanks for being here. I'll see you in the next video.